5,000 years ago, on a harsh floodplain between two unpredictable rivers, a people emerged who should have been forgotten by history. They had no forests for timber, little access to stone or metal, and lived at the mercy of violent floods and relentless drought. And yet, against every geographical disadvantage, they did something no one had ever done before. They built civilization. These were the Sumerians. Their world was defined by extremes. The Tigris and Euphrates could nourish the land one season and destroy it the next. Survival demanded more than strength. It required coordination. So the Sumerians made a revolutionary decision. They would reshape the land itself. They carved vast irrigation canals, built embankments, and engineered a system so complex that it required thousands of people working in unison. From this necessity came something entirely new in human history: organized cities. At the heart of each city rose a towering structure called a ziggurat. But these were not just temples. They were the first centers of administration, where food was stored, labor was assigned, taxes were collected, and laws were enforced. Society was no longer built on personal relationships, but on systems. And systems needed memory. So the Sumerians invented writing, not for poetry, not for storytelling, but for accounting. On small clay tablets, scribes recorded shipments of barley, counts of livestock, and distributions of labor. Over time, these markings evolved from simple symbols into a complex script capable of expressing language itself. With this, human thought could outlive the human mind. Memory was no longer fragile, it was permanent. From clay and reeds, they built the foundation of knowledge. Their innovations didn't stop there. They developed a number system based on 60, one that still governs our lives today. 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 360 degrees in a circle. Every glance at a clock is a silent echo of Sumer. They invented the wheel, transforming transport and labor. They created the plow, increasing food production and freeing people to specialize in crafts, trade, and governance. They brewed beer, not as a luxury but as a staple, and even honored it with a goddess. They established schools, wrote laws, and compiled some of the earliest medical texts in history. Their approach to medicine was strikingly advanced. Physicians diagnosed symptoms and prescribed treatments using herbs, oils, and mixtures, centuries before similar methods appeared elsewhere. At the same time, spiritual healers addressed what they believed were supernatural causes of illness. For the Sumerians, science and belief were not separate, they were intertwined. But their world was not gentle. Archaeological discoveries reveal burial sites where kings and queens were laid to rest alongside entire courts, servants, soldiers, musicians, who followed them into death. Whether by choice or force, it is clear that their civilization, while innovative, was also deeply hierarchical and often brutal. And yet, from this world came something profoundly human. A woman named Enheduanna, a priestess and poet, wrote the first known works in history signed by an individual. She did something no one had done before. She wrote about her own feelings, her fears, her pain, her voice. In doing so, she gave humanity something enduring, the idea that personal experience matters. But like all early empires, Sumer did not last. Environmental strain, invasions, and internal instability led to its decline. Its cities fell, its language faded, and because they built with mud brick instead of stone, their world slowly dissolved back into the earth. For thousands of years, no one even knew they had existed, until archaeologists uncovered their clay tablets, and with them, an entire forgotten civilization. Today, their legacy is everywhere, in our systems, our timekeeping, our writing, our laws.